All right, time to put this FlyBear SR-72 Darkstar in the air. All right, I've got it in mode A, the most restrictive, fully stabilized mode. I'm still flying it with the stock transmitter. All right, let me see where my wind is. All right, launching. Okay, so mode A works really well. It's very stable in that mode. Your turn radius is pretty decent for you know, the most restrictive mode. But not bad. Not bad for you know, fully stabilized most restrictive mode as far as turn radius. It's not bad at all. Okay, so let's put it into, this is a high rate in that mode. So let's see. Yeah, it does look like it definitely increases the turn radius, and it looks like you can give it full stick. I'm giving it full right stick deflection. All right, and here's full left stick deflection. You may have to push the elevator stick down ever so slightly in the turns, because it does input positive elevator when you're hitting the throttle, and of course you want to increase your throttle a little bit in the turn. But test it out in mode A in low rate first and see how you like that. It seems to be very well behaved. And then put it into high rate in mode A and see how you like that. I like that mode, high rate mode in mode A a lot better, because it gives you a little tighter turn radius than in the low rate. It's pretty speedy, you know, for a little tiny 114 ground plane like that. Okay, so let's put it into, we're in mode B now. So I got it in mode B, and I'm in high rate still. So let's see. Oh yeah, so if I give it, that's full left stick deflection there in mode B and high rate. That's a pretty decent turn radius. Okay, that is full right stick, mode B, high rate. That's a pretty tight turn radius, really. I think if you went any tighter than that, you'd probably stall it. It doesn't have a lot of power, which is typically good for a beginner plane, which is what this is. Okay, so let's climb up a little bit, get some altitude, and put it into expert mode and see what it does. Okay, I am in expert mode now. Yeah. Okay, so as soon as I started to turn, it wanted to dive on me. Okay, I just saved it there. For some reason in 3D mode, in expert mode, I am not getting much. Put it back into expert mode again. I'm not getting much movement on the elevator. It's almost like I'm chasing it, you know, like it lags. It lags behind my input significantly. Almost like you're deploying flaps, you know. Okay. I'm still inverted. I switched. I got inverted. I couldn't roll it over entirely when I had it in expert mode. So I don't know if you caught that, but I switched it into mode A to save the plane, and it continued to fly inverted. And then it finally flipped back over. So yeah, the gyro is really weird. It's really weird switching back from expert mode to gyro mode. And in the expert mode, the control surfaces are so slow. You know, they move so slowly compared to when it's in gyro mode, that it makes it hard for me to control, because I'm constantly chasing it. I put in elevator and I wait for it, you know, to respond. And You know, if I come through here now and I watch, this is in fully stabilized mode, I give it some elevator and it immediately responds, but not in 3D mode. So I think 3D mode on this, and I've had this issue with FlyBear planes in the past, and also with other vendors' planes in the past with their so-called expert mode. I think the expert mode on this is just really terrible. I don't know any other way to put it. It's terrible. Now, if you like flying a plane, if you're a beginner, I do say this is a good beginner plane because it's very stable in gyro mode. Not a problem. You're not going to have a problem flying it in either one of the gyro modes. But the other thing I notice is when I switch back from 3D mode to stabilized mode, now it wants to drop the nose a little bit, whereas before I switched into 3D mode it wasn't doing that. So another anomaly, you know, with this gyro. But if you're just looking for a beginner plane or a plane to just fly around and have fun with in gyro stabilization, it works great for that. I would recommend that you stay away from the so-called 3D mode on this plane. I just think it's atrocious. I really do. It shouldn't make the control surfaces less responsive than in gyro mode. That should never happen, in my opinion, when you're going from fully stabilized mode to a 3D mode. Okay, I think we're down on power. Okay, I ditched it. I just ran out of battery. I don't know how long I had it near. But let's go over here and recover it. Hopefully I didn't drop it down on top of a cactus. No, looks like I'm clear of the cactus. Alright, so it's a fun little plane. It's very fun to fly in fully stabilized mode. Let me put this in 3D mode so it's not moving around on me so much. But can you hear that? Okay, so I've got it in 3D mode right now, and you can see there's gyro input on it. So I would rather than mess around with these 3D modes, I'd rather them just put a full manual mode on it in expert mode and be done with it. So I like the airframe. It's a pretty decent airframe. It's pretty floaty. You can fly it pretty slowly in fully stabilized mode. It's a very stable plane. Alright, that's a wrap on this episode. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air.